Hello adventurers, welcome back to Monster Mechanics, the show where monsters aren't just stat blocks. They've got goals, grudges, and sometimes a weird love of poetry. I'm your host Mech behind the screen, and today we're doing something a little bit different. Because we need to talk, and we need to talk about Chris Perkins. Yeah, that Chris Perkins. The man, the myth, and the DM behind some of the best damn monster encounters and NPC performances in the entire game. And now, as of this year, he's officially retiring, stepping back from Dungeons & Dragons after decades of shaping the stories we tell, the monsters we fight, and the characters we'll never forget. So, today's episode, it's not a tactics breakdown or a monster spotlight. This one's a tribute. See, if you've ever watched Acquisitions Incorporated or Dice Camera Action, you already know. Perkins didn't just run games, he performed them. But it wasn't about being flashy, it was about connection. Every time he ran a session, it felt like he was reaching through the screen and saying, yeah, this is silly and weird and chaotic, but it matters. He made the game feel alive. You know how on this channel we always say, play the monster like it wants to win? That's straight up Perkins philosophy right there. Goblins that panic and flee, dragons that toy with you before going in for the kill, and mind flayers that talk like corporate middle managers before literally melting your brain. That was him. Chris Perkins ran monsters like they were people, not just stat blocks. People. He never dropped a beholder on the map and said, roll initiative. He made you hear the beholder's voice. He made you feel that creepy dread as it hovered down the hall, slowly revealing that your cleric's divine sense meant nothing in the face of pure madness. And his NPCs? Don't even get me started. He'd toss off a random one, just a bartender, right? No big deal. And 10 minutes later, your party's emotionally invested in this guy's backstory and trying to help him reconnect with his long-lost kid. This dude made bit characters unforgettable because he didn't just treat them like filler. He treated every NPC like they belonged in the world. Now let's talk about the juicy stuff that y'all like. Combat. Chris Perkins didn't just run fights, he staged them. The terrain mattered, the timing mattered, the stakes mattered. He'd split the party with collapsing walls, have the villain monologue from a chandelier while triggering traps, and if a monster wasn't pulling its weight, he'd tweak it mid-fight, because the goal was never just deal X damage per round. It was tell a story the players would remember. That's the thing. Perkins didn't play monsters to win, he played them to matter. And now that he's retired, I gotta be honest, it feels like the end of an era. But it's also a reminder that the way we run monsters, the way that we craft NPCs and build our worlds, that stuff matters. Because it's not just about the rules and the roles, it's about the experience at the table and the memory you're making with your friends. So what can we take from the man, or the legend? First, every monster is a character. You have to give them goals, give them personalities, and yes, even oozes. Secondly, don't sleep on your NPCs. You might not think the tiefling bookseller is important, but your players will. Treat them like they matter. And third, run combat like it's a scene in a movie. Use the environment, use the emotion, and use surprise to your advantage. Lastly, don't be afraid to improvise. Some of Perkins' best moments were made up on the spot because he trusted his table. So here's to Chris Perkins, the DM who showed us that monsters aren't just things to be killed. They're characters, they're challenges, and sometimes they're the heart of the story. Thank you, Chris, for the goblins with dreams, the vampires with vendettas, and the gelatinous cubes that somehow got names and opinions on everything. And to all of you watching, keep the torch burning, hit that like button, share your favorite Perkins memories in the comments, and subscribe to Monster Mechanics for more monster brains and battle wisdom. Until next time, keep your NPCs messy, your monsters clever, and your dice dramatic.